Next, a police officer played by a rabbit in charge of a police department made up of other, bigger animals. Does that sound like a box office hit? Well, it's a force to be reckoned with, as Disney animation Zootopia topped the North American box office again for a third week running. Let's take a look at a clip from it now.
They're all sloths?
Are you saying that because he's a sloth, he can't be fast?
Flash, 100-yard dash. Buddy, it's nice to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
Officer Judy Hobbs, CPD, how are you?
I am doing
Fine?
well. What
Hang in there.
can I do
Well, I was hoping you could run a play.
for you
Well, I was hoping you
today?
Well, I was hoping you could run a play for us. We are in a really big hurry.
What's the plate
29T
number?
29THD03.
2 9 T
HD03.
H
D03.
D
03.
0.
3.
Hey, Flash, want to hear a joke?
No!
Sure.
Maybe not the best animal to put on reception, but joining me now is Dave Calhoun from Time Out magazine. Looks like some really funny moments in there, but 3 weeks at the top of the box office seems unheard of for an animation.
It's doing incredibly well, yeah, and deservedly so. Actually, it's genuinely imaginative, and it's also one of those animations that genuinely does appeal to adults and to kids as well, and kids of all ages actually as well. It's a very well conceived film.
I'm just wondering why it's doing so incredibly well. Does this tell us something about what audiences want out of the cinema at the moment?
Yeah, it's a Disney film, so it has the potential to do very well, and the fact that they were able to market it everywhere around the world, and the cards are stacked in its favour. But I think it does well because people are looking for humour, they're looking for fun, they're looking for strong characters, they're looking to be transported to another world, and for those people who want escapism, this transports you to a world run entirely by animals. Humans are out of the picture, although animals do all the human jobs, such as policemen and running ice cream parlours, etc. But it's a world where animosity between animals has disappeared. So foxes get on with rabbits, and buffaloes get on with mice, etc., etc. And it's actually got, in a subtle way, it's got something to say about us all getting along as well, about prejudice, about gender equality even. The main character is...
Sounds like it covers all bases there. We could all do with a bit of escapism. Let's talk about Allegiant now, which is number 2 in the box office. Hasn't done so well.
It hasn't, no. This is the 3rd episode in the Divergent series, a series of novels by Veronica Roth. It easily comparable to films like Hunger Games, Twilight even, in the fact that it's aimed at that kind of late teenage, young adult
Who can be
audience.
fickle.
They can be fickle, yeah, and also there's a lot out there. There are a lot of things out there, not only in the cinema as well, to distract their attention. And this is coming quite quickly on the heels of not only the last ever Hunger Games last autumn, but also Star Wars, which straddled Christmas into the new year as well. There's a lot up. It's up against a lot, and actually it just hasn't gone down very well. It's felt to be lacking in energy and interest.
And we'll talk about Star Wars in a minute, but let's go to number 3, Miracles from Heaven. Jennifer Garner and Queen Latifah, some big names in this faith movie, which is probably released at the right time towards the Easter holidays.
That's true, yeah, and it's actually hot on the heels of a film called Risen, which is a retelling of the Easter story with Joseph Fiennes in it. This, as you say, yeah, there is a strong base, faith-based audience in the United States. This film is definitely aimed squarely at that audience, partly. It's a true story. It's based on something that happened to a 10-year-old Texas teen in 2011 who was very, very severely ill, and her illness went away, and her explanation was that it was down to her faith and she'd experienced a miracle. The film explores that, as you say, Jennifer Garner in there playing the mum, Queen Latifah in a fairly small role as one of the mum's friends. And it's done on a small level, nothing like the success of Zootopia, but it's done well.
Big female audience going to see that. We've got a minute to cover everything else. So very briefly, Deadpool.
Deadpool, this has been out for several weeks now. Quite filthy leaning, but teen boy attracting superhero comic.
Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, this is like a mystery thriller, very loosely linked to 2008's Cloverfield, about a woman who wakes up in a basement, doesn't know why she's there, putting it very briefly.
And very briefly is about Star Wars. It beat Mad Max at the Empire Awards. This is incredible.
It did, yeah, and its 2 stars, John Boyega and Daisy Ridley, walked away with awards as well. The Empire Awards are voted for by film fans, by readers of Empire magazine. It shows just how popular Star Wars was at the end of last year, and will continue to be as we get many sequels.
And English talent doing incredibly well. Dave, thank you very much indeed for coming in.